Good afternoon, Maithili sir.
Good afternoon.
We are
Hi,
Team A
Sweta.
from KMIT. Hello, sir.
Mm-hmm.
We are Team A from KMIT, and we're working on the project for developing a smart investigation app. So, we would like to
Okay.
start with explaining what we understood so far, and also clarifying a few doubts that we have so that we are in the right way.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll share the screen. Okay. So the significance of this app is to help the officers easily solve the crimes efficiently and effectively without wasting much time, and also using the various technologies integrated and help them get a investigation lead during the investigation. So this will also help in keeping the information transparent and prevent tampering of data during the investigation. So the main features of the app are administration and supervision, where we have a login and authentication for each officer, and according to their authorities, will give them different features.
Okay.
And the most important feature of this app is collecting the information of the crime, such as from the FIR, we will get the points about the crime, the type of crime, and the location and date of occurrence, and all that. Keeping all these information with us, we will give the option for the officer to enter the information during the crime investigation. And after that, we'll give option to them also to add the evidence collected through different
Mm.
photographs, 2D photographs, UV and IR, and also detecting body fluids for identification. In the end, we'll also allow them collect the different crime statements, witness statements, and testimonials, and also package all this information and help in producing a digital proof of chain of custody. So this is an overall view of the project, and going more detailed in each of the modules, we'll be discussing first about collecting information. So first, whenever an FIR
Mm-hmm.
is filed, we will take the information from the FIR, categorize it into the type of crime, and make sure that all this information is there. And whenever an officer uses the app to log in, the authorization is going to check if he is allowed to edit the information, if he's allowed to go for investigation or not. So, in case of cognizable case, the police officer can immediately go to the investigation after the FIR is filed without the orders of the magistrate. So, in that case, we'll allow him proceed with editing the information while investigation. In case of non-cognizable cases,
Mm-hmm.
we will wait for the permission of the magistrate, and that is when we are going to allow him to enter or edit details regarding the investigation. So once he gets the authority to go for investigation, he has different options. So the first option would be entering the basic documentation and information about the crime scene. So as soon as they enter the spot, they will have to give the arrival time and the notes about the conditions of the area and the buildings, and if the windows are broken or something. All this information that they collect is entered as their notes. And also they get to upload the photographs of the crime scene. So all this information will be dynamic. It will be according to the crime scene. If it is a murder case, then this form would be different. If it is a cyber case, then it will be different. So according to the crime scene, we will give them different options about what information should be taken from the investigation officer. After this basic information is collected, Next, there is an option to enter the evidences found. So whenever there is an evidence found, they want to add it. They can add the photograph or the proof along with the exhibit number, date and time of collection, and the item description. So this information will be packaged and sealed. And after that, um, another part of evidences are the crime statements. So the witness statements and the crime statements are recorded. So there are two options. You can either voice record them or you can take the notes. So when there is a voice recording, we also provide an option to convert the voice recording to English language and then transcript it into text so that we can form a document of the witness statement which can be verified. So the overall view of the app that we have understood right till now is first the login feature, and then after the person logins, he will have to select the FIR that he's working on, the case ID or the FIR number. So if it is valid, then it will go for authorization check-ins. It will check if that particular officer is allowed to view this information and edit it. If he is allowed, then he will be given options to add the information about the investigation or about the evidences or add anything, any witness statements or anything. So first about the information, according to the type of crime, he will have to add the corresponding information. And once this information is entered, it will go for a verification to check if it is valid or not. If the verification is valid, it will take the digital signature and package this information. And coming to evidences, from the photographs that they have already and synced in during the investigation, there is an algorithm run. There is a backend service, as Sir has told us, that will identify the suspicious objects from the photograph and display it to them so that the minute details are also not missed. So there is an option to select the objects from these photographs and add them as evidence or add the evidences separately. So depending on the types of evidences, there is a different procedure followed. For physical evidences such as guns or any physical objects, we collect the exhibit number, date and time of collection, all these things as usual along with the photograph. So if it is a 2D photograph, we follow a 2D photograph collection model that we'll be discussing uh, later on. And if it's a IR or UV, that is if it's a fingerprint or blood stain, we will follow another procedure. In case of digital evidence, we collect the hash code. And in case of biological evidence, if it is a body fluid, then there is a body fluid detection module that we are again going to discuss later on. And coming to documentary evidences, we will collect the photographs or scanned copies of these evidences and keep them and sync them to the database. Moving on to the testimonial statements and the crime statements, it is known that not everybody can enter this. Only a magistrate or a person who's authorized can record the statements. So we will check the authentication again, or if he is authorized or not. According to that, he will be given an option to add a statement. After adding the statement, they can select if they want to record voice or they want to type in text. In case they select recording, after the recording is over, we'll translate the language to English and then transcript the recording to text. And finally, this text will generate a document which is verified after the signature of the magistrate. So this is a small understanding of our project that we have got till now. We also have a few doubts regarding
Okay.
this, which we would like to clarify.
Mhm.
Yeah, so the first doubt is whether this app is going to be an iOS or an Android app.
Largely, the people will be using a smartphone, so it has to be Android based. However, it is always good to have both the option because later on it can be converted into the iOS system as well. Because uh, now I think ready-made platforms are available which converts Android app into the iOS app. Am I right? Those kind of facilities are available whereby the Android coding could be converted into the iOS coding.
Okay, sir.
But I feel that since majority of the people they will be having Android based phone because iOS based phone is costly. So majority of the people will be owning Android phone only, smartphone. So in beginning, our focus should be Android, and later on we can think of converting everything in a platform neutral kind of environment. Is it making some sense to you, Shweta?
Yes, sir.
Is it making sense to you, Shweta,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
and whole team? So
Yeah, yeah.
basically, our preference should be Android phone, and later on it should be basically platform neutral, and we can go for the iOS platform, and it could be accessed through anything. I mean, basically that should be the requirement, and so if it is clear, then we can go to the next part,
Yes, sir.
next question. Okay.
Yes, sir. The next question is, so basically, whenever there is an investigation happening, we try to find out about all the information a investigation officer collects during the process. So we want a proper detailed document where there are all these points about what all information is collected and what is the procedure followed, so that it will help us run this process and get this idea clear in our mind.
You asked the third question. Next question. You were having only two questions, or you are having more questions? Because this document and process I will be covering in detail in my elaboration. Right.
Okay,
So
sir.
wait for that. Do you have any other questions?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shanmuga, go ahead. Go ahead with the question.
Uh, yes, sir. Uh, uh, in smart, you said that there is a backend engine in which smart QR code will be generated. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So what will that QR code consist of, sir?
Basically, that is QR code is for identity of uh, your various. You can say it is for the chain of custody. So when something is being seized, we want to put it into the two sealed cover just for enhancing our security. So the inner container would be, or inner packet, it will be containing a inner QR code. Then there will be another cover which will be having QR code 2, and then there will be third cover which will be having QR code 3. The purpose of earlier two cover is simple, to make it sure कि even in case of any exigency, whatever the item we have seized, it is still safe, and there is no problem with its integrity is concerned. That's the purpose. That is the reason. So QR code will be basically, it will be helping, number one, to ensure chain of custody. QR code would be generated by the person who is having the first responsibility to seize it and put it into that envelope. To put it in envelope, and then the moment that we have started the process, there will be a courier service which will be intimated that a packet is being prepared for them. So their person will come, and that person will be collecting whatever that seizure has been done by us, and there will be handshaking. So there will be handshaking between the person. This person is handing over to him. So who is handing over to whom? Number one, that identity would be there. Then packet is intact. That is the second communication would be there. And so this kind, after this kind of the verification, that packet will move till it reaches to say FSL or whatever the testing point, and that at each point, so there may be n number of the change of hand. Uh, this whole process is designed in such a way that we should be in position to have a chain of custody uh, without any delay. That is the reason of this QR code. Then the second QR code we can even have with the identity of the item itself. So that can be considered by you. That is basically the QR code, so that that image can be converted in a QR code, and later on, when at the other end that image is taken, that QR code could be correlated with this. So lot of that is entering of the data that could be avoided. That is the purpose of the QR code. So QR code is having two purpose over here. Number one, to avoid the repetition of capturing of details, number one, time and again, and secondly, to ensure the chain of custody. So the chain of custody will be whenever there's a exchange of hand, it will basically capture the identity of the both the person who is handing over and person who is taking over. Then it will have photograph based certification that the in position to scan the QR code, that is QR code 3, and it will be again having the date and time and location stamping and encryption. So we will know that where exactly this item has been handed over to someone else. That will be made available to you. That is the QR code business to that extent has been created. Am I
Hello, sir. I think we are not.
audible? Whatever.
No, sir. We are not. We are not able to hear you.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, we are not able to hear you.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
Hello.
I think admin, please ensure who is this.
Sir is having a connectivity issue, sir.
Sure, no
Maithili,
problem.
sir.
No problem.
Yeah, so might be rejoining soon.
Yeah.
I think you people are not in position to hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now,
Am I
yeah,
audible?
now,
Because I am getting impression as if I am not audible to you people. Is that true?
yes, it was.
Yes, sir.
Now it is audible.
Okay. So whatever I explained about the QR code and how it will be working, whatever I explained, could you hear and understand that?
So can you repeat it once more, sir, regarding this QR code? I think most of the students were not able to hear you clearly.
You can say the QR code business is just to basically have the identity of the things which are being seized and being sent for testing to the FSL laboratory or any other laboratory. Whatever the seizure item, for the sake of clarity, it will be put into the 3 packets, and basically it will be in 3 layers, and each QR code will be different for that. That software is ready and will be shared with you. And the purpose of this whole exercise that can, instead of sending a policeman to the FSL, can we have much more better way and secured way to make that happen without any delay. At present, what is happening, any item is seized, it is taken to the thana, it is lying in thana for some time, many months, and then it is sent to FSL, and before it is reaching FSL, probably it gets spoiled, and we don't get any benefit of testing. So instead of going into the thana, the better way would be that involve a courier service in between. To that extent, that policeman power will be saved, and that item will be given to the courier. And wherever there is a change of hand of the courier, the identity of the individual who is changing hand, that will be captured. The location where that hand is being, or the item is being exchanged, that will be captured. So date and time and location stamp will be captured, and at the same time that item was intact, that will also be captured. And when we are capturing that item is intact, since other 2 layers, they are inside the outer layer, hence all the time we will be scanning outer layer only. And if we are in position to get to the layer 2, it means the outer layer got damaged. So it will become a matter of investigation that how outer layer got damaged, and that's how it will reach to the place of testing. And then the same QR code will be used for it for the purpose. So unnecessary documentation and entry of the data would not be required. That's how, Johanna, we intend to make use of the QR code, rather in consultation with you people, even during the processing within the FSL also, can we create QR code so that identity during the process could also be captured, because then we will try to enter into the processes or of the testing inside the FSL, because we intend to even redefine the way it is being tested in FSL laboratories, so that there should be absolutely no delay in FSL also. The moment it reaches over there, after the scanning of the QR code, the data entry should be complete, because the QR code will be having all the details. And thereafter, whatever the processing is required, that processing should be done as expeditiously possible. And the testing, we will try the testing should be also done in such a way that the FSL should be capable of handle multiple samples. So without delay, whatever the gestation period or whatever the process required to be completed, only that much time would be required for getting FSL report. And the moment that FSL report is updated, that will be available to everybody. That will be available to the court, that will be available to investigating officer. So it will go in database, and from database it will be visible in apps of investigating officer, app of SHO, app of supervisory officers also. Is this point clear? Otherwise, we will take a different session to give the details, and probably we can share that software which has already been developed, and then I will give the idea that how we have to take it forward.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Uh, any other question? Any other?
Sir, when the image is taken at the crime scene, are the user is going to provide the resolution size, or do we need to keep a default size for it?
Basically, in a investigation software, let me little elaborate what I want from a smart investigation app. Number one, a smart investigation app should be something like it should turn into its a feature should be redefined as per the requirement of the case. It means FIR is giving the details about the sections and act. So on the basis of that, without pushing any button anywhere, the app should redefine the various features, various stages, right? So it means the app will be preparing itself for a particular offense. So if it is a rape case, it means the moment it reads the section of rape, the various processes and basically the process flow diagram, it will reshape itself. Say if it is a you say it's a murder case, probably investigation will be reshaped like that. If it is some kind of say forgery, then probably it will be of different kind. If it is a money laundering, so it will be having a different kind of details. So basically what we have to do for the each case, we will be preparing what are the requirement of the investigation as per the standard operating process, and accordingly the features will be available in the app. It means app would be reshaping without you pushing or making selection of tabs, right? So is this point clear? Because this is a very important feature I want in our investigation app. So there could be two way of that app may
Yes, sir.
act. One could be one feature could be whereby we have to push this button, that button, and then app will be helping you to collect evidences. Here what we are trying to say that we don't want in this way. We want it absolutely in a different way. From the sections and the requirement, we would be in position to the processes should be defined according to the requirement of the investigation of that particular case. Is this point clear? It is very sensitive point.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Varshit, you can talk about the photographs and.
This point is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Clear,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
So I have one more doubt.
Uh-huh.
How does like 3D image is useful for the police at the crime investigation, sir? Like how the app should be for you? I mean, at the police side.
Basically, how the 3D image will be useful to the police? What do you mean by that?
In what way the 3D? I mean, the app should provide for the user for investigation for the 3D image feature.
Basically, it will be in position to ultimately your object is in 3D, right? So if it is
Yes, sir.
we create the image in 3D, it means we can have the actual feel of the product basically. Basically, 3D will be in position to have the view of all the sides. You can see the object as it is. Otherwise, in 2D, you are looking at it only on one face of or one side of the image. But the 2D will be having the two dimensions X and Y, where the object is always in 3D format. So it is having length, width, and depth also. So 3D formats helps in a better visualization of the item. Is that correct? Or you are still not getting it? Basically, when we go for the photography, photography has to be basically in a grid format, as I explained. Basically, first you have to take the broader view, then broader view should be converted into a grid format, and then grid wise photograph should be, the app should help in taking the grid wise photograph so that we can have the details there. That is, it will be done that way.
So, sir, this app should take photograph from the crime scene through these app, no, sir?
Yeah. Everything has to come through the app only, because app
Okay.
will not only capturing them, it should have a quality check also. When we say the
Okay.
quality check, it means that whether the quality of the photo is good or not, that will also be decided, right? So basically, as in case of the passport, if you see, if the photograph is not of the good quality, then it will ask the person to retake it. So since if we are not taking any photograph of the good quality, then probably it is a lost opportunity. So I will be happy if the backend artificial intelligence can help that right kind of the right quality of the photograph has been taken. And once that acceptable quality of the photograph has been taken, it will help in immediately encrypting it and protecting with the date and time and location and with the hashtag. And later on, we can have that blockchain technology involved in that. The purpose is this, that the good quality photographs should come. They should be in position to cover whole scene of crime. Then that scene of crime could be converted into a grid format. The app should allow to take the photograph of smaller portions, and thereafter it should help in identifying objects which may not be visible when we are taking a broader picture. So that is the one. And second, if we can take this 3D image also, so then we can even rotate and view. There are lot many technical features are available which could be employed. so that the 3D image could be helpful, and that basically we have to see how this will be helpful to us. So we can capture the features, we can capture the details, whereby it will be helpful in the recreation of a scene of crime. It will in the photography it will capture that how blood has been spilled over the ground, or it may be on wall, and then whether we can employ the backend algorithm so as to identify that how exactly the crime has been committed. I mean, those kind of the support system we are talking.
Sir, is there any minimum
So
resolution?
the at initial stage just capturing, and then backend in the stage would be having artificial intelligence to do all these things for us.
Sir, will we be provided with backend, sir? Backend artificial intelligence?
That is being created. Some has been created. We have to identify what has been created and how it can be stitched together, and how we will be traveling. So lot of things are happening simultaneously, and then basically we have to think that how it will be integrated, how it will be put together. That's why I am asking everybody that things should be as a backend service. So whatever has been done by the other group, that can be available to you and can be integrated as backend service with you. Basically, lot many things will be clear, because a lot many problem they have been given in Smart India Hackathon also. So I will review where the things are available. Lot many people are working for the various aspects, right? And then probably we will work for the integration. Till then,
Okay.
we can develop, say, first an initial way. Don't go for the complication part first. First, we can go have a smooth session. A smooth session means let's not go in complication. Let's first believe in capturing. Then capture data
Okay.
can be integrated. It will go and sit in a database, and then AI engine will be working at the background. One of your team is working on that AI engine, right? So that team will also play a role in helping you, because whatever that evidence which are captured through your app, that will go and sit in a database, and they are creating some kind of AI for helping you out in that. So whenever it will be required, there will be cross module meetings, where whether it is from the same institute or whether it is from the other institute, they can be brought together, and then there can be a discussion. Today I am getting little some important calls, so I have to make a move. With your things, can we reschedule it for the Monday?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, sir.
I think that will be better. Till then, whatever that discussion we have done, you can refine your work, and
Okay.
let me repeat certain points which will be helping you to refine, and we can have another session on Monday, because what I feel this is one of the very important work which we have to do, because our app is providing n number of services to police. Number one, it is helping in collecting or do the a smart investigation on the spot, right? So when we talk of the smart investigation, photography is one. I'm having in mind that in future uh, we will take the help of the robotics, and we will take the help of the drone also to supplement our efforts. So app will be supplemented through the drone and robotic service also in time to come, right? So I mean, that is just for the way of clarification to you. Second part of this will be that app will be the app will be modifying itself as per the requirement of the investigation of crime without pushing or pressing tabs. It means the backend will be configuring the process flow as per the requirement of the crime. So it means there will be crime-wise flow chart, separate flow chart would be there, and the moment it is already having the details what kind of the crime has been committed, so it will provide the investigation flow as per the requirement of that crime. That one part I want to say. So it means say if we are investigating a case of the body offense, the app will be little different. If say if we are investigating say a case of drug offense, probably the process flow will be different. If we are basically investigating some kind of white collar crime, some kind of money laundering, some kind of the cyber crime, so for each case the investigation requirement will be different and the process flow will be different. It means at the back end we will be having different process flow diagrams, and the app, once it will identify which sections have been applied, it will play the appropriate the process flow diagram. There could have been two way of doing it. One way could have been that police officer is being asked to press this, that, and that is the way. Because we intend to create our app for the dummies, for the people, those who are with the lesser intelligence, they should also be in position to operate that app. So we want less thing need to be done at the end of the police, because we want to slowly provide this facility to the community also. And if the community is involved, we will be having a superior advantage, because that community person will be additional witness also. So our present handicap or legal handicap, that statement meant to the police, they are not admissible in or they can only be used for the contradiction but not for the corroboration. uh, Confession made to the police is not admissible in court of law. Those kind of the handicap will be removed if we will be in position to successfully involve even community volunteers to do part of the investigative process. That's why we want to keep it very plain and simple. Backend AI should handle those intricacies. Uh, Otherwise, the police officer has to be smart. So we don't want to make police officers smart. We want to make our processes smart. This is very important criteria which I am fixing, and this has to be very properly understood. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Yes,
this
sir.
point,
Yes.
you just deliberate on this point, and if required, we will on Monday we will again talk about it, right?
Sure.
So that is one part which I feel you people have to be cautious, because we can have the app and which can have the different kind of the feature. It depends upon how really we want to task ourselves. Accordingly, that our app will be behaving. So this is the way we would like to task ourselves. Number one, ठीक है ना? Number two, जो है the app should be in position to help in the quality job, right? It means wherever possible, it will be in having some quality check. And if the quality is not really proper, then probably it will ask the investigating officer, okay, please redo it, right? That is the second. It means capturing of the inferior evidences should not be a option open to police. Third point, which I would like that there will be back-end processes. So if a person is doing a smart job, that could be we should be in position to convert into a performance index. So if a person is not really doing a good job, or he is taking a lot of time in doing, which in beginning everybody will take little longer time, but as they will become familiar with the feature, probably they will be doing a smart job. So this will be helpful in assessing the performance of the police, number one, and secondly, it will help us to identify training need. Rather, we will ask the police officer wherever they are feeling some problem in handling it, they can indicate their training requirement, and accordingly, the training could be arranged for them. This is the one part. Then the same app will allow to take that statement of the witnesses, and that process you have very nicely covered, and you have spoken about uh, preferably it should be video recorded also, and if required we can even if not in first model, in future model we will try to even employ the option like the technology which is being developed by the other group. We can even use the facial expression also, so that we can even find out that the person is not under fear, and whatever he is telling truth. Those kind of the feature we would like to involve, but that we may not do in beginning, but in future options we can even try to do that. So all evidences they will be captured, then whatever need to be seized, that will be seized. So our process will help in helping the police in seizure. Our app will also help in little bit preservation if the preservation is the requirement. uh, uh, say especially say when you are collecting some fluid kind of the thing, so if it is not properly dried, probably in 2 hours the deterioration will set in. So we in our app we will try to help out, so that evidence should be relatively preserved, so they should not get spoiled before they are reaching for testing to the FSL. Then smart packaging, that will be the next requirement of the app. And then that QR based courier service will be used for transporting it to the test. And then app will also app could be modified for the FSL people as well, so that they can also upload their test report and things. And in future we might be having a modified app, so that we can even control the process flow, not only in investigation but in testing also, so that while they are doing the test, can we support them for the smart testing. That is the part two. So here we are talking of the police, then we will talk of the FSL, that FSL people should also do a quality job. Then wherever whatever the technology we are using, say we are using face recognition, this recognition, that recognition, wherever we need to have a interface with the expert, so the app should help. The background mapping will be already be there about these experts. So this app will be in position to push that piece of the evidence to the expert, and then expert app would be helping them to do a quality job, so that they can give their views. So wherever we feel the technology need to be supplemented with the human efforts, that will also be done. Here what we can suggest, if required, you can consider dividing into various parts, and if required some additional students may be opted for, and they can be allotted that supplementary work. Because what we want to say to the world, that we are not only technology savvy, but at the same time we deeply believe in integration of human expertise with the technology. And wherever such opinions are required, that opinion would be obtained making use of the same app. So app would be in position to push it to the expert will be already mapped accordingly. It may go to one or two expert, whatever, or three expert, whatever we decide, and then their app would be in position to do the quality job, so that they can give a their views in a short duration. So if required some kind of the zooming, some kind of other kind of facilitation, that facilitation could be done. When we talk of the expert, then there's a handwriting expert, then there's a question document expert. So we can have a list of all kind of the experts, and then we can have a extension of this investigation app. That is something like expert app. So investigation app, then whatever is pushed from the investigation spot, it will be pushed to the expert, and expert may be helped to do the quality job, and their opinion and their expert certificate or expert report, that should flow without loss of time to the investigating officer. Rather, it will come to the database, and then it will be available to the investigating officer, and it will be available to all supervisory officer. So that is and the third part, the backend AI. I mean, one team is again from your KMIT is working on that. This your based on the AI used on the database, we would be in position to identify what kind of the requisitioning is to be done from various organizations, so as to dig out evidences. Wherever there is a need, we can take that input from IO also, or input captured during investigation. That will be also be processed on the real-time basis, and if that could be helpful in getting or requisitioning the data from, so data may come from organization. Even part of the information we can push to community volunteers. If some piece of information or some piece of say verification is required, even this app would be helping to pushing that information to community volunteers of that area, and almost on the real time basis that information could be verified and flowed back to the investigating officer. So the app and backend services would be a great unifying and empowering thing for the police officer. I think with this elaboration, we can, you can really ponder over it about the challenges. And I would like to at outside say that you have done a really wonderful job. Majority of the intricacies has been captured by you very nicely. In the light of the details, we will have the second round of discussion, that is on Monday.
Okay,
Is
sir.
that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Because
Yes, sir.
basically there could be very simple. There could be very simple way that there are n number of apps are there, and we can create something as it is there in the app. So we don't want So those details, I think we will discuss it on Monday. Is that fine?
Fine.
Because I'm having some
Okay,
urgent
sir.
work to be
Yes,
done
sir.
immediately, so that we are not in position to continue with our session. And we will do that after that, right?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So with the appreciation that your team has done good job, the process flow diagram which has been done by you, that is really good. Have you sent this by mail? If you have not sent it, then I think on Monday or on Sunday night you can send it. Tomorrow you can send it, so that Monday I will study, and before having deliberation with you, I will go through the document, and then we will have a much more meaningful deliberation on Monday, because this is one of the app which need a little detailed deliberation, so that we should be in position to create a really powerful app. And powerful app should be so powerful that intelligence of the investigating officer should become less important. He is just a tool to extract the information from the ground, and in time to come, probably we would like to make use of the community to play some role in investigation of crime, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Shweta, please forward that document to Metli, sir.
Okay, sir. I'll do it.
I think you can deliberate whatever we have discussed, and then you may like to modify a little bit if you feel like, and then we will have the second round of discussion on Monday. Till then, you can really do some kind of the brainstorming, whatever I told you. Is that all right?
Sure, sir.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Right. So once again, I would like to convey your appreciation, because you are not a policeman, but you have come out with the processes in a very fine way. It requires to be fine tuned, which we will be doing on Monday. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, and we are closing our today's discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.